I asked my friend to help me rent an apartment, sent him money, but he used the money to move into his own apartment. Story time.
Who do me like this? Who do me like
You can count on us for everything you need because everything we talk about is important.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Story Time with Mr. White. Let's get right into the story. The story.
A guy working outside Lagos sent money to his close friend to help him pay for an apartment before he returned. The friend claimed he had found a good place and told him to send the rent quickly before another person took it. The guy sent the full rent and agreement money. 2 weeks later, he arrived in Lagos and asked for the house key. His friend started giving excuses. First, he said the landlord traveled. Then he said the agent had issues. Then he said the house was no longer available. Later, the guy discovered that his friend had used the money to rent a better apartment for himself in another R. When confronted, the friend sighed. "I was stranded too. Oh, I plan to balance you later."
This is not just betrayal. This is called calculated wickedness. Like, as a friend, you can't just trust somebody. I know, you guys have been in communication for a long time. For you to trust your friend to an extent of sending money to help you rent to help you rent an apartment simply means that you trust the person like your own. And it's common among friends over the time. When you guys build together, you feel like, oh, I feel like I get to know this person better and I can trust this person to help me get a certain thing done. You did the right thing trusting. Feel like you trust this person, to help you get it done. You don't have anybody in the city that you're moving to. Oh, I have this person here. And over the time, when we met, he was like a brother to me. Let me trust him. But there is one thing I always know, and it's something that has always stuck with me for a long time. And it's going to stuck with me forever. Whosoever that you have as friend, if the friendship, it's more than 2 to 3 or 5 years, and nobody is in communication. I don't mean, hello, how are you doing? Are you good? I mean, in actual communication, getting to know what your friend is into and the rest. No matter the relationship you guys had together, that person is a different person. If you want to go back into, oh, this is my friend, I know him for a long time, then you got to get into knowing what this friend of yours is into currently. Because situation changes people. Responsibilities also changes people. The person you knew 10 years ago, 5 years ago, is a different person from who he is right now. So, the fact that you trusted this person simply means that you guys go a long way for you to send him your house rent money, to help you get a new place or get a place. So when you come to this, you don't get stranded. You did a good thing for you to trust. But sometimes you trust the wrong person. And like I said, how long was this relationship? Prior to when you guys talked, meet or stuff like that. How long was the relationship before you feel this comfort for you to send? And trust me, you did not ask question to get to know where this person is at right now. Can this person you are sending this money to, can he handle the money you are sending to? Because one thing is, money, this, even if it's your brother, your father, anybody, money, when the word money comes in, it changes people's, perception. It changes people's mind. And this person was calculated. You send him the money. He did not tell you about his problems. He did not ask you, maybe, can you help me with this? Or no, you just wait. You send him the money. He used the money to do what he wants for himself, coming up with excuses. Like he didn't even care. The fact that you're going to come to that city and be stranded, he did not care about that. But I commend you for one thing. You trusted somebody, which is a good thing. But moving on from this, which I know that there is, before you come online to seek for advice, there is a certain limit to where you are in, life right now that you feel like you do not have it in you to trust anybody again. I don't know how long the relationship you guys have may be, but one thing I know is that there are certain boundaries that you need to create for yourself. When you have a distant friend, it doesn't matter where the person is. Just know one thing, that everybody's fighting for survival. You get, everybody is fighting for survival. You are another person's means of survival. Another person is your own means of survival. So please, my advice to you is, you did the mistake of trusting. It's okay to trust people. I'm not saying everybody is the same. Everybody will take your money and then not do what they promise you to do or do what you ask. You get? But in this context, You got to ask yourself few questions. Have I done a business that involved the amount of money I sent to this person to help me get a house? Like, the excuses that this person is giving me solidify whatever, leverage you had to maybe pardon him or stuff like that. The fact that he creates room for you to be hopeful about it and then did not just come out clean to tell you, then you have to discover from somebody else that he used the money to rent his own apartment, tells a lot about him. So my advice to you is for you to move out, leave that friend, move on for your money. I don't know whatever thing you want to do to get it, but in here, I don't support violence. All I can just say is that for peace and for your own peace, what happened has happened. You find a place to stay. You are okay right now. Find a way to move on from this. Find a way to move on from this. Because if you dwell on this, you might use this like energy or attitude you have towards this person, to meet a new friend that could be the very best friend that you ever wanted. And because of how your previous friend treated you, you might just want to treat this person the same way, which might end up ruining a lot of things for you. So my advice to you is just let it go. Just create strategy for yourself on how to make friends. Do not just, make friends because they are, or do not trust people. Or do not just trust people because you know them for a long time or you've been in commute with them and you think that everybody is not going through a certain situation. My advice might not be the best, but I'm not trying to provoke you in order for you to be violent with this person. I'm just trying to tell you that for the decision that you made to trust this person for you to give this person this money simply means that you are not a bad person. You see good in people, but you did not ask the right question. So you put it upon yourself that you did not ask the right question before you lent this money to this person to help you acquire the apartment you wanted for yourself. So my advice to you is just to forgive yourself and forgive your friend if you can and move on. It's going to be a hard thing to do. Move on, maybe get rid of the friend, start a new leaf.
Thank you for sticking with us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do well to like, share, comment, follow, and subscribe for more interesting stories. For the podcast, follow at Everything Important Podcast on all social media platforms, including Instagram and TikTok. On YouTube, find us at @1EI Podcast. For storytelling, visit at Storytime with Mr. White on TikTok. See you in our next episode.